the next congressman from the 22nd District, George Phillips.
Thank you so much for being here. I wanted to also introduce my lovely wife, Deanna. My mother's here as well. Politics is important. It all starts with family. She's hiding over there. Mom, say hi. We wanted Georgie to be here when he started school. And as a teacher, this doesn't make me feel too bad. He loves school so much that he'd rather be in school than be here with us. So he's at school right now. But thanks for being here, sweetie. I can't thank you so much for the leaders here who are supporting us. Debbie Preston has led in this community from the flood to leading this party, to bringing back this party, and it can't be underemphasized. We've got this bus here, Take Back New York, but Debbie Preston is the leader of this, not just for Broome County, but for the state. Debbie has the model here for Take Back New York, the message that's being sent all around the state. And Debbie, we thank you for your leadership, your friendship, and thank you. We're going to place over the top on the rest of that. Art Garrison, what a race he's running here, and thanks for the words, Art. He's going to help us take back Albany. Albany's a mess. Washington's a mess. We've got a small business owner. He's not a politician. He's knocking on doors. He's knocked on our door. He's knocked on the door of all my campaign staff. He's everywhere. Art Garrison is going to be over the top on November 2nd as well. Thank you. And I got to mention, this chairman travels with a great team. They're all over the state. I don't think he's sleeping at all. He was doing calls till midnight last night when we were on the bus. But he's got an Enwell boy with him, Don Clary, who's right here. He grew up just a few blocks away. And some of you might remember a president of the United States coming to town in 1984. And does anyone remember that? Which way, EJ? That was Don working on that event. So if you want to hear some good stories about how Don helped bring that together for that great event for our community, it was Which Way, EJ, it was President Reagan, it was a moment, it was my first political rally that I was at, and we're going strong after all these years. I cannot thank the chairman for his support enough here and the leadership for this party that he's given. We sat down in his office before he even ran for chairman, and he said, I've got a successful law practice, I'm doing all these things I enjoy, but my state needs me right now, my country needs me, and he knew he had to leave that more comfortable life to become our state chairman. And I said, Mr. Cox, I knew he was going to be the next chairman at this point. I said, we got a race we can win up here. We went through the numbers, and he believed in me back then when no one else did. And he's been helping us with the national party, with other state figures, with local figures. He's been one of our best friends, and he's been a great advocate. So, Mr. Chairman, we thank you so much for your support. I know it's becoming familiar for you, but we've got to share it with our friends. They've spent Washington. They've racked it up a $14 trillion debt. They're forfeiting our future, our children's future, and our grandchildren's future. Have you had enough? Yes! They're passing bills they don't even read. They're full of taxes and fees that are driving jobs out of our state and out of this country. Have you had enough? Yes! Maurice Hinchey served for 36 years, 18 in Albany, 18 in Washington. He's wrong on the current issues that matter most to Americans. He wanted that stimulus package to spend another $1 trillion. He wanted health care to be a total government takeover. He supports pork barrel projects that every member of Congress gets around here, but the jobs keep leaving. He keeps supporting big government in Washington. He keeps supporting tax hikes that are driving jobs out. Have you had enough? Yes! People all around this district and around this state and around this country have had enough. We see it with Carl Palladino in the smashing victory. We feel the energy at our rallies. We're closing in the polls. Our polls have us down 7 points. We've heard other polls that have us even closer. We're moved into the top tier of races with the Republican campaign committee as being on the radar. We heard just today that Dick Morris said, we're going to win this race. He's the top political strategist in the country who knows elections and sees the wave coming. And we have the chairman campaigning with us. We have 29 House candidates. We have Senate candidates. We have Assembly candidates. We have our statewide candidates. This chairman has spent essentially 2 full days with us. 4 stops throughout the district, and the crowds are there. The energy is there. We have all the momentum on our side, and we are going to take back New York, but we're also going to take back Washington. And then what? spending. You've heard me talk about a bold plan for America. We need to scour the federal government for waste. We need to consolidate and eliminate government agencies. We need to roll back the current spending spree, and we need to bring that money back to New York State, to our businesses, to our individuals. That's how we're going to create jobs. That's how we're going to get this economy going again. Now, the National Republicans came out with a platform yesterday, and it's a common sense platform, and it's what we've been hearing from Tea Party and what we've been hearing from common everyday Americans. Besides cutting spending, besides tax cuts to get this economy going, common sense things. What about seeing if a bill is constitutional before it's brought up, if it's in the Constitution, if it has a constitutional jurisdiction? Basic principles that we've forgotten about. What about the read the bill provision that we're going to fight for? Thousands of pages of bills on health care and the financial service industry. Members of Congress aren't reading them. Lobbyists and interest groups are having a field day. That needs to end. And I can tell you, we're going to play a leadership role in this new Congress, but I can tell you right away what I know my first vote is going to be. It is going to be to vote Nancy Pelosi out as Speaker. We have all the momentum on our side, and I'm just going to give a call to action here. Well, in doing so, I want to hearken back to the American Revolution, and we know in New York State this was an important area for it. We know Union, the town of Union, was an area where armies emerged for Washington as part of the overall strategy to win independence. And I wanted to just give to you an image of the American Revolution. It was not too far from here down at Valley Forge that Washington spent that cold winter. And he was there, and there's a famous portrait that I love, and many of you have seen it at our campaign events. Washington was kneeling down in the snow and saying a prayer by his horse for this country, this new country that he loved so much, that was in such great peril. He was with his troops in that cold winter at Valley Forge. They were his winter soldiers. They were the ones who put it all on the line. Their lives, their treasure, their fortunes, their sacred honor, they put on the line so we can be here today. This election is important. This election is incredibly important. This is the time to set the record straight. I need you to be my winter soldiers. I can't beat Marie Cinci, but together we can beat Marie Cinci. We have a campaign office in Endwell. It's by the ramp that leaves Endwell, the Hooper Road ramp. It's by Harder Insurance and Joe on the Go. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and beyond, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. we have people doing phone calls around the clock. We need you there. We need you bringing friends to that office, doing phone calls, doing the door-to-door. We need to get the signs out. Have you had enough? Yeah! We need you spreading the word to friends. If everybody in this rally could talk to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 friends, the message we're getting is what? Someone's running against Hinchey? I can't wait to vote for a fresh face. We need to get the word out. I need you here in the final 39 days. We need your donations. We've got a big fundraising deadline coming up September 30th, and I know so many of you have given and given and given again. Any dollar we can get in the door by September 30th is going to be critical for us. This race is coming together. This is our moment here. This is the time to take back New York. This is the time to set the record straight. Our children are depending on us. Our grandchildren are depending on us. The whole country is depending on us. We need to win this race. We need to take back New York. We need to take back the Congress. I need your prayers. I need your support. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.